The entire world is getting on GLP-1s and getting on peptides, period. Love them or hate them or indifferent, that's why we're seeing a massive slowdown, because there's an easier way to do things. But you and I both know that is a double-edged sword. And if they're not doing their strength training, if they're not matching their nutrition to compensate for how their habits are going to change, they're screwed. Welcome to the Profit Lifestyle for Fitness Entrepreneurs podcast. My name is Scott Carpenter. I am a personal trainer turned multiple gym owner and investor who's already been through the rock bottom and near bankruptcy in the fitness business. But I've been lucky enough to come out the other side and have turned the profits of my fitness business into indestructible wealth. I'll be sharing the no bullshit strategies, tactics, and advice to win big in business and in life. So if you're a gym owner, a personal trainer, or an online coach who wants to make multiple six figures in take-home profit and have the freedom with your time to actually enjoy it, subscribe now to this podcast. This is the show for you. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Profit Lifestyle for Fitness Entrepreneurs. I am Scott Carpenter, with me, Andy Boimila. Today, we are going to talk about something that is on all of our minds, and it is why people aren't coming into your gym in 2026.
We were just talking about this, right, Scott? I don't know about anybody else out there. I don't know about any other gym owners. My Q1 has been dead. It's been crickets, which is unusual. Okay, I don't get the New Year's rush like maybe a Planet Fitness or a Workout World, but usually by the end of February and into March, my lead list is blowing up. And right now, It is a tiny little drip, if that.
Yeah, which is crazy, guys. And I'm seeing that too. So if we look at like web leads coming in, they're at an all-time low. And January, neither of us are open membership gyms, right?
Nope.
Usually people, New Year's resolutions, cool, I'm going to sign up at the open membership gym, give it a shot myself, right? And
exactly.
So we never skyrocket in early January, mid-January, because they're going to do it on their own. But then we all know they're going to crash. They're going to give up in 3-4 weeks. And then they start coming in to a boutique place like ours, right?
Because they need help. They need someone to guide them. And that's why we exist.
Exactly. Because motivation runs out pretty damn quickly. They're like, maybe I better get some help on this, right? And then we start really blowing up towards the end of January, definitely into February, into March. We get a lot of steam, right?
Yep, absolutely.
That hasn't happened. Even the location where we get the most amount of web leads historically over a decade, right? That one had like the lowest web leads for a February we have ever seen.
Yeah, I have 10 years of historical data myself, and I didn't pull February into March out of my butt. I know that that's the time we usually get a lot of leads, and we've gotten nothing this year. It's crazy.
It's nuts. And so let me explain why this is kind of happening. And really good illustration, because my operator at the Glendale location. So last Thursday, he calls me. And if you guys have been listening to recent episodes, you guys know that, we have recently been adding on medical weight loss programs, right? To be able to do GLPs and things like that, right? Well, so I'm training up all my operators on doing it too. So this operator, Gavino, he's not ready to go just yet. He knows of it. He's learning it, but he doesn't really know how to get somebody sold and signed up yet. Okay, so anyways, last Thursday, he had this great consultation with somebody, used to work with a trainer years ago. She left on maternity leave like 2.5 years ago. She hasn't really done much since. She wants to get back into it. So he gets her signed up for training. I don't know if he didn't just run her card there or what it was, but she agreed to it, all that kind of stuff. She gets home, then sends him a text and says, hey, I've got to hold off on training. I'm going to do 3 months of Ozempic or Semaglutide first and lose the weight before coming in. So he calls me and says, Scott, what do I do? And I go, here's exactly what to tell her, right? Call her, message her back and say, hey, listen, we are in full support of you using a GLP-1 to lose weight. Done properly, it's an amazing tool that can make it easier. However, that is only when it's done properly. And what is 100% non-negotiable that you need to do if you're going to use something like that is the strength training. That is non-negotiable, because without that and pairing it with the right nutrition, you are going to lose not just the fat, but you are going to lose your muscle. You're going to lose your bone density. Your skin isn't going to look good either, right? All these different things. And you're going to end up shooting your metabolism down, and you're going to be in a worse place than when you started. Even though you've lost the weight, you're not going to be able to keep that thing off. Now, the good news is we have partnered with a medical director, Dr. Bashar, to be able to oversee a program like this and help you choose the right one. And more importantly, not just lose the weight, but do it properly. And now he didn't know how to sell all this stuff and everything and what the prices are. We haven't gotten that far for him. So I just told him, explain that and say, I'm going to have Scott reach out to you, which is me, and walk you through this. So we can make sure you're doing it the right way. And so he called me, he sent the message. He's like, thumbs up on it. I'm like, send me your information. I texted her that night. I got a phone call for last Friday morning set up. And I did a phone call. And so we're on it. And I actually recorded the phone call. I have an audio recording of that because I needed to teach Gavino. I needed to teach all of you gym owners and coaches and med spa owners and everybody we work with how to sell this thing and how easy it can be. Okay.
And so I listened to the recording, and it's so funny because one of her main concerns was, well, I don't want the sagging skin.
Yes.
And you're like, exactly.
Yes. Guys, this was so conversational. It was the easiest sale ever. And it was, I don't know what it ended up being, probably like $3,500 all in all, something like that, between the training and the medical weight loss program. But again, we're going to lose, a 12-week training program because she was going to do Semaglutide, Tirzepatide, medical weight loss.
And this is just one example.
This is one example that we know about and we've caught.
That we know about, right.
Yeah. And this was somebody who came in. This is why people aren't coming into your gym, guys. The entire world is getting on GLP-1s and getting on peptides. Period. Love them or hate them or indifferent. That's why we're seeing a massive slowdown, because there's an easier way to do things. But you and I both know that is a double-edged sword. And if they're not doing their strength training, if they're not matching their nutrition to compensate for how their habits are going to change, they're screwed.
Look, and here's the deal, right? At the end of the day, this is reality. This isn't just us sitting here and speculating. It's the world is getting on a GLP-1 or a peptide. Mm-hmm. It is reality. And because of that, people now have what they consider to be an easy button. And listen, as gym owners, we have said it for a millennia that there's no easy button. You've got to put in the work. Well, guess what, guys? Now there is an easy button in the eyes of the public.
Yes.
They can just go and take a weekly shot and lose the weight that they want to lose. Now, with that said, regardless of your stance on peptides and GLP-1s, we can use this information to help us actually start getting people back in the door, right? They're not coming in because they're going to go take this shot. Now, again, regardless of your stance on GLP-1s and peptides, for, against, indifferent, doesn't matter. We can now start using that to say, well, guess what? I'm all in support of you doing a GLP-1, but let's make sure you do it the right way.
Yeah.
Right. And as we talked about, non-negotiable, that means strength training. That means working out. That means proper nutrition habits. And guess what, guys? Regardless of whether you're going to add peptides to your business or not, those are things that you've already been doing for the last year, 5 years, 10 years, however long you've been in business. Now you need to show the public that, hey, we can still help, because what you think is an easy button really isn't as easy or as awesome as it may be if not done properly.
Yeah. And here's the thing, guys, you need to be talking about this. You don't necessarily need to offer it. I think you should offer it because it's so freaking easy to sell this shit. It's unreal, guys.
But if you don't want to offer it, that's fine. Don't.
But it doesn't matter. There's another gym owner that's not currently offering it, but he's leading the conversation about it, and he's using it personally. He's not offering his gym yet, okay? But he's using it personally and saying, hey, and he's somebody who's struggled with obesity since he's been 5 years old.
Mm.
5 years old.
Yep.
He outworks me like crazy, right? And he's, twice the size of me. Like
He's such
genetically,
a good dude too. I know who you're talking about.
yep. And I know he outworks me, puts in more work, but like the deck is stacked against him on the genetic side and however his body, all that. And at the end of the day, guys, some people, this can be such a useful tool. It's not even funny, but they're hiding it from you. Your own clients are taking them and they don't want to tell you because they think you're going to shame them or judge them or they should be embarrassed about it.
So literally today, one of my coaches is away, so I was on the coaching floor today. I coached a class and I didn't have anything right afterwards, so I was kind of just hanging out. I had something like in a half an hour. And one of my clients was kind of just like hanging out a little bit, right? They were kind of like slow to like put their shoes on and like get everything. And everyone else leaves. And they go, "Hey, so I've been seeing your content about GLP-1s. I don't know how to say this and I don't know how to talk about this, but I've been taking one for the last like year." And I was like, "Great, let's talk about it." Right. And that's simply because I started me personally posting stuff about GLP-1s. But guys, look, I've said this before. The data shows that 1 in 5 people are on a GLP-1. The more people I talk to in my own business, in my gym, the more people I realize are on one. I would wager to guess a month ago, I said 1 in 3. I might actually be closer to 1 in 2. I might be closer to 50% of my clients taking a GLP-1 because literally almost, I'm trying to think about the class that I had this morning, which was a lot of people. And I can't even, yeah, it's incredible. There are a lot of people on them. Start talking about it because it's going to normalize it. Again, whether you're for it, against it, it doesn't matter. You have your stance and that's fine. But regardless of your stance on it, this is reality. This is a fact, right?
You need,
People are on this.
Even if you're not going to offer it yourself, you need to support this. So
Right.
the gym owner I was talking about who's not offering it yet, talked about, he made some posts and some emails about like how the fact that he's using it, right, and has used it and it's helped when done properly, right?
Yep.
And it's nothing to be ashamed of. I want to open up this discussion. And he's kind of talking about doing, having a program where he supports GLP-1 users. So you don't have to offer it yourself if you don't want to, but you better damn let people know if you're using this stuff, I want to make sure you're doing it the right way.
100%.
I've got a program to make sure your workouts are on point to sustain your bone, to sustain your lean muscle tissue. I want to make sure your nutrition is on point so that you don't lose muscle, so that your skin and your hair, right? Your skin doesn't sag and your hair doesn't fall out because you're getting the proper nutrients you need to.
Right.
Guys, people, and he signed up. Oh my God. I don't know what it finished at, but he was updating me on this. But
Yeah.
in just a few days, this wasn't even with his email list. This was off of his personal social media. I know he hit 11 and I think it might have ended around 20 people he signed up just because on his personal social media, he's talking about, listen, if you do GLP-1s, these are the things that you need to do. And I'm here to not only am I not going to judge you, I will admit that I have been using these too. And I've developed a program to make sure this is done the right way. So you're not relying on these things for the rest of your life. So you don't gain the weight back after all that. And I tell you what, man, he is crushing it with this. And you can too. This is the reason why your leads are freaking, your organic walk-ins and web leads and you name it. That's why they're so damn low right now.
And you can sit there and you can stick your head in the sand and say, oh, it's GLP-1s, they're cheating, whatever. But this is reality, guys. So instead of sitting there and trying to fight against the current, why not offer a way to help the people that are on it?
Yeah.
Right. And sit there and say, look, I may not personally take any, but I can still support you. And I want to make sure. And here's the thing. And we keep saying this, but literally the phrase like do it the right way is like the keystone here, because that's how we position this. We say, look, you're going to take it. I get that. Not a problem. No judgment. Let me help you make sure you do it the right way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And guys, it's going to be so different. This is the reason for the drought.
Yep.
Now, you can I mean, you can just stay silent or judge it or even speak out against it. I guarantee you it's not going to help you. I guarantee you it might be the thing that buries you.
It could very well be. The market is changing.
Yeah, this is like when iPhones came out. Well, yeah, I don't think we should blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. Like smartphones took over fast. Right. It was a few years and the whole world changed, right?
I don't know if I've ever seen something take the fitness and wellness industry as quickly as this.
Same.
It is rapidly evolving. Rapidly.
You're looking at tens of millions from like unheard of, 3 years ago to, about 1 in 5 US adults have used them. Like what? Holy shit. And it's even hard to pinpoint that data because it's changing so fast. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, wake up. This isn't something you can ignore.
And here's the thing. For those of you that are sitting there going, well, I don't believe in GLP-1s, just do the work, weight loss can come. GLP-1s are now being used to treat other things.
Yeah.
Like lymphedema and high blood pressure and addiction. So even if you don't believe in them for weight loss, fine. But it's hard. It's real damn hard to ignore the evidence of what these things are being used for. I literally had a client this morning who was like, it's like a miracle drug for me, Andy. Like it's been a miracle. Like it might have saved my life. And it wasn't even about weight loss. Wasn't even about weight loss. I got another client who's like, I'm coming off a blood pressure medication because of this. Phenomenal. People are going to take it. Be there to support them.
100%. 100%. Guys, they're not getting this from the people they're getting the drugs from. They're writing scripts and sending them there on their way.
Yep.
They're not making sure they're doing the strength training. They're not making sure their nutrition is going to be adequate to support this. That's not their jam. They're writing a script and getting them the hell out of the office.
They have no support. Be there to support these people. They need it.
They need it. They need it. Right? It's just like having a son or daughter. They might have made a mistake that you don't support or whatever, but like that you don't agree with, but you're still there for them, right?
Right.
Just be there for people. People are people. Not if you're one of those hardcore dudes, just like fucking sack it up, stop being a pussy, and just like do 2-a-days and shit. Come on, man. There's only so many people like you. The rest of the 99.5% of the other people, that's not them. Their whole identity doesn't revolve around fitness and being jacked, brah. Right. You know, like help people where they're at.
Exactly.
So that's it. That's the message, guys. Andy and I have built out, we're doing all this stuff in our gyms, right?
Right.
We're helping shit tons of people do this. And so if you need help to develop a program like this, or you want to be able to offer through a medical provider, being able to do one of these programs or anything like that, just email us, scott@theprofitlifestyle.com. And we'll give you a bunch of stuff that we can connect with. Also, the phone call that I did, we didn't really talk in depth about that.
Oh, yeah,
the recording of the phone call, you will see how easy it was. I got her signed up for a $1,500 program and saved the training, which I think was over $2,000. I don't exactly know the price point. But the $1,500, guys, my net costs on that, my hard costs are $407.
Yep. And
$1,500 is over 12 weeks. That's $542 a month. And it costs me, what is that? Like $140 a month or less.
Yeah.
It's significant. Plus, we got the training out of it.
Right. Because we want to make sure people are doing it the right way and supporting them.
And it was the easiest sale in the damn world. But I will, in the show notes, I will put the audio note recording over that phone call so you can see how damn easy this was. I didn't even ask if she wanted to do it. It was clear. And then I just said, here's what the price is, or we can just do $125 weekly. What works better for you? Let's do that. Great. There you go. Yep. All right, guys, we got to fly. So thank you for listening in. Take those actions. Listen to that phone call recording. Email me if you need any help with this stuff. Andy and I are here to help with it. So thanks a lot for listening, and we'll see you next week. Listen, if you're stuck and could use some advice in your business, whether you're just starting out, a veteran in the business, or expanding online or into multiple locations, you can hop on a free call with us to pick our brains at ptlegends.com/one-on-one call. You can see that in the show notes. That is with numbers. Chances are we'll be able to help you get some clarity on what you need to do specifically in your business to get to the next level. It's not a sales call. We'll connect you with the right resources to help you solve your problems. But if you want to learn more about working with us, that's cool too. We can share that information should you want it. So book your call now to get out of the rat race before your week consumes you, which is easy to do at ptlegends.com/one-on-one call. That's with the number 1 on the number 1 call. You can find this in the show notes. See you soon.